Today we're going to explore some different kinds of fractions, and we're going to do it the tasty way with Hershey bars. For this lesson, you're going to need 6 Hershey bars, or you can print out the template of paper Hershey bars. You're also going to need a plastic knife and your Hershey bar video sheet. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Start by placing one whole candy bar on your one whole rectangle. What if I wanted to take my one whole candy bar and divide it into 2 equal pieces, or halves? Well, let's do that together. Take your knife and figure out how you can cut this Hershey bar into 2 equal pieces. Now we have 2 equal pieces, halves. Take your 2 halves and put them onto your halves sheet. Now let's imagine you want to share this one whole candy bar with 2 other friends, so you need 3 equal pieces. How can you cut this into thirds? This one's a little trickier, but if you think about how there are 12 of these little squares, it should help you. You want to make sure that each person gets the same number of little squares. I'm going to cut my bar into thirds, and you can cut yours into thirds too. So this one was a little bit harder to do than halves, but if you used the small squares to help you, it wasn't too bad to figure out. Each person gets 4 of these little squares. So we actually had to cut it the long way this time. And when we did that, we got 3 equal pieces, or thirds. Go ahead and put that onto your thirds rectangle. Now let's suppose that we have 3 friends we want to share our Hershey bar with. So we would want 4 equal pieces, one for us and one for our 3 friends. Again, remembering that there are 12 squares is going to help us here. We want to make sure that each friend gets the same number of these little squares. So go ahead and see if you can cut your Hershey bar into 4 equal pieces, or fourths. Here's how I divided my Hershey bar into 4 equal pieces, or fourths. Now you can take your Hershey bar and put it onto your fourths rectangle. All right, this time let's try to cut our Hershey bar into 6 equal pieces, or sixths. Again, remember you have 12 little squares to work with, and in order to divide it fairly, everybody would need to get the same amount of squares. So go ahead and try to cut your bar into sixths. Here's my bar broken into 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see each one has 2 little squares in it, so I know they're equal. I know it's a fair share. And by the way, don't worry if these break as you're doing it. Like you can see right here, mine broke. No big deal. Just stick it back together. Now you can take your sixths and put them onto your 6th rectangle. Let's do one more. Let's try to take our Hershey bar and divide it into twelfths, or 12 equal pieces. This one might be hard to cut, but it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. We have 12 little rectangles here. We want 12 pieces. So go ahead and cut your Hershey bar up. So here I've broken my Hershey bar into twelfths, or 12 equal pieces. And again, don't worry if something breaks. Mine did right here, but you can still tell it's supposed to be one piece. So go ahead and put these onto your twelfths rectangle. So we've broken our one whole Hershey bar in a bunch of different ways, and you can see them all here. We broke it into 2 equal pieces and we got halves. We broke it into 3 equal pieces to make thirds. We broke it into 4 equal pieces to make fourths. We broke it into 6 equal pieces to make sixths. And we broke it into 12 equal pieces to make twelfths. Do you notice anything about the names of the fraction? They kind of match how many pieces, right? Thirds sounds like 3, which is what we have here, 3 equal pieces. Fourths sounds like 4. We have 4 equal pieces. Each one of these pieces is a fourth. We've broken this into fourths. Sixths sounds like the number 6 because this Hershey bar is split into 6 pieces, sixths. And the same with twelfths. There are 12 pieces. We've broken it into 12 pieces and we call it twelfths. What would we call this? This is one of our 3 pieces. This would be 1/3. These together are 2 of our 3rd pieces. So this is 2/3. When we have all 3, we've got 3/3 or 1 whole candy bar. Let's look at the fourths. This piece is 1/4. It's 1 piece out of the 4 equal pieces. If I have these 2, I have 2/4. If I have these 3 together, now I have 3/4. And if I have all 4 pieces, I have 4/4, which is the same as 1 whole candy bar. Take a look at the sixths. If I have 1 piece, then I have 1/6. If I have 2 pieces, then I have 2/6. If I have 3 of the pieces, I have 3/6. If I have 4 of the pieces, now I have 4/6. If I have 5 pieces, I have 5/6. And when I have all 6 pieces, I have 6/6, which is the same as 1 whole candy bar. And the same is true of twelfths. If I have 1 piece, it's 1/12. If I have 2 pieces, it's 2/12. If I have 3 pieces, it's 3/12. 4 pieces would be 4/12. 5 pieces would be 5/12. And so on until I have all 12/12, which makes 1 whole candy bar. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Now comes the best part. You get to eat your work.